you think? I mean, I assume you're going to say immigration.
Of course, immigration. Of course, immigration, crime, transgenders. I mean, the wokeness stuff, and the one thing, if I could advise DeSantis, the one way I think he should modify the wokeness thing is it's not just about kindergartners. And I think people are too focused on the schools on that. What is wokeness? It's anti-white racism plus cartoons of anal sex. That's basically the full panoply of what it's the.
I don't know. I mean, you know me. I'm always quick to call out the anti-white racism without a problem. But as time has gone on, especially in the last 5 months, and the research that I've been doing and the kind of spiritual things I've been getting into, yep, I can't help it. It's both at the same time. It is, if you understand the systems that actually are in place to destroy the person, you understand that they're coming at you in all angles. But yeah, I definitely am against anti-whiteism. I mean, that's a fact. I mean, there should be there's no place for saying that a group of people is not good innately because they're a group of people is a problem. Right. And that's what they've done with white people. They villainize white people so much that I do believe there's a race war at some point that will happen. Not because of all white people will, jump into a race war, but I think that there's a fringe minority who have had enough. And allegedly, in my opinion, but that's just my honest thoughts and assessments as I'm speaking to people online. I could see it happening.
The DIE bureaucracies. It's the race before merit thing. It's no longer deciding things on the basis of merit. It is the anti-white male hatred
that Anne,
animates the left.
But you said earlier in this very discussion that white people have.
Now, before Dinesh goes on, another one who I can't stand, to be honest. But anyway, my thing is this. And by the way, guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Yes, I am asking for it early. I am grateful for every eye that lands on this video and every ear that listens to it. Okay, so thank you so much. Coming back to it. She's right, though. She is right. There is the pinnacle of bad guy is the heterosexual Christian white male. Absolutely, it is. That's just a fact. But then they say it's the left. It's not just the left. There's more to it than that. But, for the sake of the video, I guess I'll just let her keep going with it being the left. But it bothers me a little bit that, I feel like if you're really fighting and you're calling it out, then call the whole thing out, right? That's just how I feel.
Are the only group that have been taught to hate themselves.
I think they do it on their own.
All right, they do it on their own, and maybe they're taught to do it. But how do you think then running a campaign appealing to white people and saying in effect that there's this anti-white ideology in the country, how is that going to be a winning technique?
Well, manifestly, I don't think. I mean, if all white people were liberals, oh, what a horrible thought. Then we wouldn't get a single vote.
I'm saying working class white guys.
They don't hate white people. No, the vast majority of white people don't hate themselves. There are enough in European countries, there are enough in this country to have suicidal immigration policies, to have suicidal hiring policies. If it were 100%, then literally you might as well go and commit suicide. Republicans would never win a single election. Nothing would happen anyplace. But no, that obviously Trump got elected one time by appealing to mostly working class whites who hadn't voted for a long, long time. But mostly, I just think it's true, the anti-white racism. I think it's true and it's hurting everyone. I'm worried about, the pilots they're hiring. I'm worried about the air traffic.
So right before we get to even the pilots, she is right. Trump did appeal to that base in 2016. I know because I talked to them. I didn't know what it meant. They weren't opening up to me the way that today, I guess, somebody would have opened up or whatever. They were tired of being called racist. They were absolutely tired of it. They were tired of being demonized. And I remember I was asking, I was a lot younger. Anyway, I was younger, right? And I asked one of the girls that I was working with, I was like, why are you voting for Trump? Trust me, I was a different thinker back then, good thing for maturity. And she was like, well, I just need somebody to shake things up a bit. And I'm like, what do you mean shake things up a bit? I had that attitude. I did. And I didn't get it, what she meant. Now I understand it, because I didn't realize, because I wasn't necessarily calling all white people, all of them, racist. I was still getting along with white people and stuff, but but I was on that whole, oh, I'm oppressed type of thinking, right? Which is totally not true at all. But I didn't know that it was turning into this thing where everything white was bad. But then again, I wasn't watching the news, period. I wasn't watching the news at all. But anyway, I get it. And the people who were talking to me, they were the rural, she was a nurse, but she lived in a rural area. The people who work, the working class, like she said, the farmers and all of that. Yeah. So, and then later on, I got it. Obviously, I got it. Unfortunately, today, Trump is not speaking to that base at all. At all. He's speaking to the donors. He's speaking to Israel. Okay. Everything is for Israel. It is baffling to me. Okay, he did an appearance in North Carolina, and I don't even know how far he went or what, and then stopped talking about it immediately. And yesterday he was at some sort of rabbi's grave or something. I don't know, okay? All I know is that his real base, they don't believe in him anymore. That's on him to figure out, or if he does or doesn't. So she's not wrong with what she's saying here. It's totally understandable. But people will still vote for him because it's like, well, the lesser of two evils kind of thing. But Trump didn't used to be the lesser of two evils. He used to be Trump. It was Trumpism. And now they've even ghettofied Trump. I'll go a step further than Anne Coulter. Anne Coulter is very much on the far right, but I think she's a bit of a grifter of the far right too, because I do think that she would date outside her race. I think she has dated outside her race, if I'm not mistaken. So, sometimes people, they act a certain way, but then, behind the scenes, they really, whatever. Anywho, but I'll go a bit further, and I'll keep it all the way funky with you. I do not like seeing some of the rappers for Trump. The minute they said, what is that girl's name? Oh my God, I forgot that girl's name. Some rapper, she's so ghetto. Oh my God, she was pregnant the other day and twerking. I can't remember her name. Very raunchy character, very raunchy. And she said she understood the need for Donald Trump, or she understood a Trump. And I was like, oh man, here we go. This was early. This was like, this was the beginning of the year, I believe, where she was saying these kind of things. And I remember thinking like, I don't like this. I was like, they're muddying up things. I don't care. Yeah, I'm not one with the pandering. I'm not. So now you got all these rappers, and then all of a sudden it's the Latin kings for Trump. Like, it's just ridiculous to me. So I would just really say that, like I said, people are still going to vote for him, though, because, it's like it's been a bad 4 years and all of that. So, but the Trumpism is gone. Hey, they'll vote lesser of two evils. I guess it's,
Traffic controllers are high. It's destroying all of our lives, and they're treating black people like they're children and patting them on the head when they're the shoplifting and the carjacking. But I would make the wokeness anti-white racism, crime, and immigration.
What do you think are getting independents in particular to the polls?
I think that we just run a scorched earth campaign against Biden and what the Biden regime is doing. And
so what are the Biden regime's three biggest sins?
Well, its biggest sin now is a wholesale assault on the basic liberty of Americans. When I came to America in the 70s, I was a teenager, and there was a big political debate going on. But one of the things that really consoled me or relieved me about America, I'm like, look, there are certain basic rights. They're right there in the Bill of Rights. It's not a full compendium of our rights, but right to free speech, right to conscience, right to assemble. You can petition the government without fear for grievances, equal justice under the law. And I'm like, this is not up for political negotiation. It doesn't matter if 90% of people don't agree with me. They can't shut me up, right? So now we fast forward to now, and I say that within 2 or 3 years, all these basic rights, every single one of them, is in serious jeopardy. I'm not even sure with a straight face I could say that we are, in a pure sense, a free country anymore.
But are you willing to fight what it is that is making us not feel like a free country? And this is where I just I'm at the point with these people and their hypocrisies that I don't even feel like hearing the rest. Like real talk. It's all good, right? It's all good because at the end of the day, the people are going to take care of the people. Trump came through, make America great again and everything. And in 2015, people heard that and they believed him. And a lot of people were already upset by 2018, okay? In 2020, I came Johnny come latelys. I came into the thing, realizing that, like they said, the Biden regime, right? And I
Think of what the
so annoying. I was like, oh my God, Biden is not going to be good for the country and everything else. And, and then I was all Trump trained. Of course, no matter how I feel about Trump today, they definitely did take that from me. Don't care what nobody says. They did take that from me. I watched it being taken away from me, like in real time. Anywho, and now today, this whole thing about make America great again, I don't even hear Trump say it anymore. I mean, I think he even went off and said make Israel great again, if I'm not mistaken. He finally went off and said it. But it's not even just about that. It's just the whole establishment thing. They've turned Trump into a establishment shill. And I know somebody's going to listen to this and get so upset and whatever, and that's fine. But it's not just a foreign policy thing, but it's also the whole, we're going to staple green cards to people who come here legally to go to school so they can get the jobs. We're going to need them to come in because we have AI, and we're going to need, that's a bunch of people from India about to come in here. It's really fascinating to me because a lot of people don't look at charts and stuff, but people don't know there's a lot of people from India who have already come in, and more of them are coming in, and they will take the jobs. They're taking them from Americans. I mean, that's what's happening, right? So there's already a setup with the tech bros who are financing Trump for, more Indians to come in and take the AI jobs. And so what happens to the American? This last week has really been, and I know I haven't been on making videos. I'm back at it again, guys. Thank you. And please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe bell. And subscribe and notification bell. Thanks for watching. This last week has opened my eyes in a way where I'm like, oh, so it's really just, it's just us. Okay. It's the people. Watching what's going on in North Carolina with Chimney Rock, Black Mountain, all of these little towns in America that have been wiped away in Hurricane Helene, in North Carolina, in the mountains. Appalachia has been devastated, and the people of Appalachia have come together to save the people. The people of America have come to Appalachia to help save the people and to bring some aid. It has not been FEMA, and FEMA is only there, but I have to be careful. And what I'll say is, and while I can't get into too much, but because I already know what's going to happen here, it's the people helping the people. And it made it very clear to me, like I said to my brother last year, I said, whatever this deep state is that's growing in the country, it's going to take the people to get it out. And I see it happening. It's going to be the people who resist. That's what I see. The last week has really opened my eyes, not in a bad way, in a very good way, in a hopeful way, in an absolutely hopeful way. But these people, like a Dinesh D'Souza, who is nothing but, to me, a fraud at this point, because he would never say, the Israel lobby. He would never even say AIPAC, right? Oh, we don't feel like our country is free anymore. You would never talk about the anti-Semitism bills. You wouldn't. So what are you complaining about? Just keep getting your money and keep getting your content and grift on it. Over here, we speak about the truth. We bring the asteroid and we speak about the truth. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.